Hi guys, my name is Precious and you are welcome to this episode of Precious Kitchen. I'm so excited. As you can see, I have a new kitchen now and I love it so much. I've named this kitchen Cookylicious because it is so wonderful. It inspires me to cook. It has a lot of space for me to store all my crazy kitchen utensils. I feel so happy in it. I feel like it's perfect for videos, at least for now. I'm so happy, and I'm going to be filming my very first video in my new kitchen. So what are we making today, guys? We are going to be making a very simple African breakfast, simple and so delicious. A number of you guys have asked me how I make my omelette, so I thought it would be the perfect time to show you guys how I make my omelette with our kind of French fries, you know, fried potatoes, not really like the typical French fries eaten in America or other parts of the world, but just our own African style French fries. You know, they go in the oil just once, not twice like the typical French fries that need to go in the oil twice. And how I make my omelette, I already said that. And then I'm also going to show you guys how I make my avocado hearts. You know, I've posted a couple of pictures on social media where I have like this avocado shaped into a heart, and a number of you wanted to know how I do that. So I love serving avocado with my French fries and omelette. I love putting an avocado heart on the side. It's just like a very nice breakfast or nice brunch for me. So I can't wait to show you guys. Let's go through the ingredients and then we can start cooking. So for the fries, you need potatoes. These are russet potatoes, 5 large russet potatoes. These are called Irish potatoes in my country, Cameroon. Okay, for the omelette, you need 4 eggs. Then I have 1 seasoning cube or Maggi here. And then onion, I'm only going to be using a very little part of this onion. And then tomato, I'm also going to be using just half of the tomato. And then I have some parsley. I have some white pepper. For the omelette, you could really add any vegetable you like. If you love bell peppers, you could throw them in. You could throw in literally anything you like. So and then I have salt here. The salt is for the French fries. I'm not going to be adding salt to my omelette because Maggi already has salt, and this is quite a lot for 4 eggs, so this is just going to be sufficient. To start up, I'm just going to heat up oil in my frying pan. The oil came up to about 3 inches. So I'm going to heat it up on high heat. Then I'm going to turn it to medium when we are about to start frying. That will take about 8 to 10 minutes. While that oil is heating up, I'll just peel my potatoes, wash them, dry them, cut them. This is what I always do to save time because I don't like, you know, peeling the potatoes, keeping them, then I start heating up the oil. I want to be peeling the potatoes while the oil is heating up, so as soon as I'm done with the potatoes, they go right into the oil. So I'm going to peel these babies. All washed. So our potatoes have been peeled, they're all washed. Now I'm just going to pat them dry with paper towel. Then I'm going to cut them. Put the paper towel on the side. I hope this to the side. I'm going to cut the first 2 bigger ones, though I think they'll go into the oil first. Okay, these ones are going to go into the oil first, and while they are frying, then I'll cut the rest of the potatoes. That's what I always do. I don't just cut the whole thing and keep waiting. I just like to do things together. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt over them, a little less than a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to do this. Make sure that the salt goes all over the potatoes. I once gave my fries to a family friend and he was like, "What did you put on it?" I'm like, "It was just salt." I mean, just potatoes and salt tastes really good when fried. So right now I'm just going to turn down our heat to medium. The oil has been heating up for almost 10 minutes now, and I'll grab my spoon really quick here. Then I'm just going to put this into the oil. Now while that is cooking, I'm just going to increase that heat a little bit more to like medium high. You have to regulate the heat. It doesn't have to be too hot, but then it shouldn't be too cold, because it's going to just absorb the oil without cooking through. I'm just making sure all the potatoes are fitted in the oil. Okay, I'm going to cut the rest of the potatoes, salt them, then we can face our omelette. So I'm just going to give our potatoes a nice stir here. They've been cooking in the oil for about 8 minutes on medium high, and they are beginning to get crispy. Oh my god, they are going to be so good. They are still a little bit kind of wet. I love them somehow crispy. They are cooked through, but they are still kind of wet, so I'm going to leave them for a few more minutes just so that they could get a bit of crunch on the outside. So while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start off with our omelette. So my onion here, I'm going to cut a very little piece. That should be fine. Let's take away this. Put that in a bowl. Half of the tomato. A little more of the tomato. I didn't quite cut half. My knife kind of skewed to the other side and wasn't big enough, so I'm adding a little bit more. And you could customize your omelette any way you like. I mean, just if you love mushrooms, you could add them. I love adding like some bell peppers. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of chopped celery. Sometimes I'll add habanero pepper. If you like it with heat, you could put in some chili or some habanero. Just chop some fresh habanero and add it in there, but I'm skipping that today. My parsley, a bit of green. I'm going to put in the eggs. There we go. I'm going to put in my seasoning cube, aka Maggi. We don't need any salt because the Maggi is sufficiently salty. Then I'm going to add some white pepper, because white pepper is the love of my life. You guys know this. About 1/8 of a teaspoon freshly ground white pepper. So I'm going to turn on the heat under my skillet here. Then I'll add some oil, about a tablespoon and a half of any oil you like. I'm going to let that to start heating up. Then I'm going to take out our potatoes. Oh my goodness, they look so good. This is the French fry I grew up eating. Not the McDonald's French fries. This one, you know, just put on paper towel to absorb the excess oil. And this cooked in total for about 12 minutes. Okay, Okay, I'm going to let that oil heat up for about 2 minutes, then I'll add in the rest of the potatoes to fry. While that is happening, let me grab a fork and beat our eggs. Just grab a fork and I just whisk these babies. They are going to be so good. That's perfect. Now I'll just pour that into my pan with oil. I'm going to tilt it to the side to make sure that the egg goes round. I'm going to reduce that heat, so I'm kind of using low heat. I love using low heat to cook my omelette because it's going to cook nice and slow, and it's going to have a very nice shape when it cooks nice and slow. So I'm going to let that to start cooking while we put in the rest of our potatoes. Our egg has been cooking on very low heat for about 4 minutes. I'm just loosening the edges here. I'll let it cook for a couple more minutes, then we'll be ready to flip to the other side. So it's time to flip my egg. Now in most cases the egg is going to set at the top before I flip it, but I think my heat was a little bit too much, so it's already cooked on one side and I need to flip it, if not it's going to burn. So I'm going to have a plate here to help me. So I'm just going to put this on this plate. I'm going to place it on here. Going to set it, and I'm going to flip it again just so that the raw egg on top of this one can cook when this side is cooked. The other side is cooked, so I'm just going to quickly flip so that the little raw egg we had at the top will just cook. That should not take more than a minute and our egg is done. It's done. Just going to place it on this plate. I want to change the plate. I'm going to change the plate to the plate where I'll serve my potatoes. So guys, I'm going to transfer my egg here to another plate because food photographic, the white plate will look better in my picture. Just going to carefully fold it over. Sometimes I'll roll it like, oh my god, but don't try to do that when it's hot because it's going to break. Just going to put this like so. Keep this aside. And I could have taken out our second batch of potatoes, but my husband, who is behind the camera I cannot wait to eat this food, he says he wants this one to turn like brown and be extra crispy, so I'm just leaving them in the oil a little bit. So, you know, let your potatoes become very dry or soft. It all depends on what you love. I'm going to give that one a taste. So good. So time for our avocado. I'm just going to cut it in the middle, then I'm going to go around like so, then open it up. I was actually praying that this avocado will turn out good because you never know what you get on the inside. So brown inside, I didn't want that, so I'm just going to peel this, peel off the skin as gently as I can. It's not very perfect, but you know. So this is how I make my avocado hot. Since this top is a little mushy and stuff, I'm just going to just so that it's straight. Then I'm going to cut it into very thin slices. So now that I've cut the avocado into very thin slices, this is how I make my avocado heart. I'm just going to start moving the slices to form a heart, like so. Bend it the first half, to like form one half of a V. Then I'll do the same with the, while trying to make sure the middle part is indented. I'm trying to explain, you guys, I'm not the best at explaining things like this, but I'm trying to bend the middle part to give us that middle part of a hat while bringing this closer to this. Okay, and bring it closer like so. Yeah, that's how I make my avocado hat. Okay, I'm going to put it near the egg, just carefully. I like to slot the chopping board, and I just use my hand. Could use a knife, but it's risky. Just use my hand. Put it on the plate. Now adjust it once again. Move it to the corner that I want it to be on. I'm just going to grab some paper towel so I can clean this plate. Oh my god, my hat is trying to become a rose. No! It's a hat, not a rose. Okay, there. It's a hat. That's my story. It's a hat. Okay. There. Whatever, it still looks beautiful even if you don't see a hat. So, just going to clean the side, and I can put the potatoes. So I have our omelette and our avocado, and I'm just going to put some of the potatoes. And one person doesn't have to eat all of this omelette, you know. You could always cut it cut it into two, you know, 2 neat slices. I just find it very neat when I do like an omelette with 4 eggs. It comes out so good, so I always go with 4 eggs. So that's our plate, guys. Delicious omelette with potato fries and some avocado on the side. It's time for the taste test. So right now I'm going to try the food, because you know I have to try it so I can tell you guys if it's good or not. I'm going to, I don't know, I'm reaching first for some of that egg. Cut some potatoes. It's a big bite. So good. The egg is so tasty. The potato is delicious, very tasty. It has to be roasted potatoes for the best results. It has to be roasted potatoes, and this combination, the egg, the potatoes and the avocado, this combination is to die for, you guys. Make this for breakfast, make it for brunch, make it for dinner even. It is that good. Enjoy with a glass of orange juice, you know, or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed spending time with me. For the full recipe, as always, go to my blog preciouscore.com. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you can get notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.